Just after 11 o'clock, Mike Lindup will tune up. You don't tune up electronic keyboards, do you, Mike, really?
No, you just press the button.
You just switch them on?
That's right.
It's taken half the fun out of it.
Well, have you tried tuning a piano recently?
No, never mind. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
You're looking well.
Thank you.
We played Sun Goes Down earlier on. Did that bring back good memories?
Oh, always. Always.
Because it's mostly you on that one, isn't it, doing the main vocals?
Yeah, it is. And it's fantastic. And I was blessed because we had a bit of a reunion, impromptu, and we ended up going on doing that live, the sort of Mark, Phil and myself. I haven't done it for years and years and years, without rehearsal. It just went click, fell into place.
Yeah.
It's such a groove.
The old ones are still the old ones.
They are.
A lot of people have been mailing questions into you, obviously about your years in Level 42. Tricky one, this. What's your favourite Level 42 album?
Well, I've always avoided that question, but...
Should we move on then?
No. I think, with the benefit of hindsight, if I had to pick one, it's a bit like the sort of Desert Island Disc thing. If I had to pick one, it would be probably World Machine or, Running in the Family.
That's two.
I know. You see, I can't answer it.
Would you consider a reunion tour, says Mark? That Mark, no, another Mark.
No, another Mark. Yes, provided everybody wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm. And David Marsden says he remembers chatting to you, I remember this, in the middle of the final corner of the Mandello Park racing circuit, the evening before the 24-hour Citroën 2CV race in 1993.
Wow.
Because you used to race those, didn't you?
I did.
Why? Can I ask an obvious question?
Yes.
Why 2CVs?
Cheap, accessible, easy to repair, and they just go on and on and on.
But they're not meant to go around corners, are they? They fall over the minute you put them around a corner.
They weren't designed, but we modify them, you see, for racing. We lower them, put stiffer shocks on them, and, tweak the back end, and they go around all right for a 2CV.
It's for a 2CV. You could always pick flowers in those, couldn't you?
No, actually.
And they go so close to the ground.
Listen.
You just put your hand out the window and you'd pick a flower.
When you're side by side with five of them, and you're all going for the same corner, and no one's lifting off at 85 miles an hour, although it's not much by Formula One standards, it still feels pretty hairy.
All right, okay. Mike Lindup is with us on Late Night Radio 2. You're going to play us a couple of tunes.
Yes.
On the mighty keyboard.
Yes.
Are we going to recognise one of these? Because you did about 4 or 5 in soundcheck earlier on, so we don't really know what you're going to give us. Well,
you may recognise the second one, should I choose to do it.
Okay. So, we've only got another 49 minutes, and then it's Janice. What are you going to do at the moment?
I'm going to play a tune called Sunshine and Showers, which is not the title track, the first track on Conversations with Silence. Which is your current album? It is, yes. Do we call this a solo album? Because there are other musicians on it. There are other musicians, although probably 60% of it is just me and the piano, and then the rest is accompanied. So, instrumental album with solo parts and non-solo parts. Mike Lindup on Late Night Radio 2.
first of 15 tracks on the new album from Mike Lindup called Conversations with Silence. It's Sunshine and Showers. And it just reminds us that you had a classical training.
I did, yes, yeah.
Mark King was quite possibly the fastest bass player in the world. Boone and Phil were brilliant musicians. When you were in level 42, the one thing that the four guys could do was play brilliantly. How long did it take you to get from the Guildhall School of Music into the charts? Did it seem like overnight?
Well, I guess it did, because we actually started to sort of play together around about the last year. I was in college, and we used to play in the percussion room. You know, I used to rent it out. We used to get complaints from the guitar teacher trying to teach guitar next door, but we just jam away. And, you know, we did our first single, and it came out in March of 1980. I left college in July. We went straight into the studio to record our first album, which later came out as the early tapes. And it went on from there. So it was kind of like, I never had that period where you sort of finish college and wonder what you're going to do. It was like straight in, and then it became sort of successful, and it just went on. And it was actually when we actually stopped in 1994 that I had the chance to take stock and think, gosh, you know.
Here we are. Where did that go? Where did those years go?
I mean, it was obviously fantastic, but it was like it was just like a conveyor belt in a sense.
You've tapped into this, and you've always been doing this, of course, when you weren't playing with Level 42. But I suppose the guy that everybody's focused on at the moment is Jamie Cullum, because he's brought another strand of music and made that popular, and has become popular himself.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of people are getting much more into the fact of, well, let's just listen to some other musicians, and let's just listen to a different style of music now, which is good for Conversations with Silence.
Well, I mean, it's always been my bandwagon in a sense that there's so much music. I mean, I was brought up at home listening to everything, you know, from classical to jazz to folk to pop to rock. And I don't see any reason why you can't do that. So, I mean, I love the variety. And, you know, there's quite a lot of variety in the album. I go from kind of style to style. And
easier to tour with you and a keyboard as well, isn't it, rather than a four-piece band and a lighting rig and a sound system?
It is, yes. I mean, when I go out live, I'm going to take, you know, a bit of a band with me for the band numbers, but yes, it's going to be a much smaller scale thing, which is nice. I'm
going to mispronounce Rolik's name. Rolik in the Netherlands, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's obviously wrong. He says, great to hear you again, Mike. Been such a long time. Apart from you touring the UK and Japan, when you come into the Netherlands, Giando and Rocco are in Italy and want to see you playing Italy again. You've got to tour this.
Well, I would love to, absolutely. And as soon as people want me and, you know, it makes sense to do it economically, I'll be there.
Economically? He's got a 2CV to run and race.
Not anymore, unfortunately. I sold it.
Play us another song. You said you might threaten to play us something that we might recognise.
Yes. Would you like to hear that sort of thing now?
Well, what would this be then?
Okay, well, the great thing about doing a catalogue and then having some distance from it is you can reinterpret it. And, you know, what I love about, you know, some of the songs we did. In fact, what I'm annoyed about is that no one's done a cover version. And I mean, a few people have, but no one really big has done a cover version. And
that could be quite flattering.
Well,
not many people have done Queen covers, have they?
No. And I think the band had such a sound, it's probably quite difficult to get in there. But it depends. If you can get in there and really sort of take your own... Let me demonstrate, because this is a song I love to play. And I didn't sing it on the record.
Okay.
How can it be that a love carved out of caring, fashioned by fate, could suffer so hard from the games played once too often? Making mistakes is a part of life's imperfections, born of the years. Is it so wrong to be human after all? drawn into the stream of undefined illusion. Those diamond dreams, they can't disguise the truth, because there's something about you, baby, so right. I couldn't live without you, baby, tonight. If ever our love was concealed, no one could say that we didn't feel a million things, and a perfect dream of a life gone fragile but free. We remain tender together, not so in love. It's not so wrong to be human after all. These changing years, they add to your confusion. Oh, and you need to hear the time that told the truth, because there's something about you, baby, so right. I couldn't live without you, baby, tonight, because there's something about you, baby, too right. I couldn't live without you, baby, tonight. Cause there's something about you, baby, so right. I couldn't live without you, baby, tonight.
I like that word, reinterpretation. I like that reinterpretation as well.
Thank you.
Mike Lindup from Level 42. Now out as Mike Lindup with tracks from the new album Conversations with Silence, but you won't find that one on there. Because the temptation is, of course, to go back and do the whole back catalogue again, isn't it?
It is. And, I mean, it's something that I will probably revisit, but, you know, it's a question of I'm giving birth to a new career, like a new baby, and that's where I'm heading. And while I'm doing that, I can look backwards occasionally, but I'd like to be sort of moving forward.
Here's a couple of names from the past. So far, just like the Mike we remember in the practice rooms all those years ago, say Chris and Deborah.
Aha!
You blush. The new album is called Conversations with Silence from Mike Lindup, and he promises to tour it at some stage.
Oh, yes.
Probably not soon enough for everybody who's getting in touch with the show tonight.
February and March, actually.
Fingers crossed. Where do we find that details?
Well, you can go to the website.
Which is?
That's 3 W's. It should be mikelindup.com.
Oh, that'll do.
And, yeah, I've got all the dates listed there.
Good luck.
Thank you very much
and
indeed.
Thanks for coming in tonight, Mike.